back of the room, raised his hand and said, "Oh, if your kids," and some of you people I know this person, "if your kids aren't interested in, being involved with the newspaper, would you adopt me?" And I'm here to tell you the good news today is I don't have to adopt that guy. That I have a very special announcement to make that Ginny has been appointed as associate publisher, and so I'm still here, but in the 5th generation, we have somebody who's developed a passion and interest and love for this business, and I'm very proud and honored that that's happened. But I'd like to introduce the new associate publisher. That as a board member, I wanted to come out here and be on site and really get to know the company and understand, so that at the very least, I wasn't sure I was going to stay, at the very least I could be a responsible board member and, as a part of the ownership. And I stayed for a while now because I found purpose here. And I found it in you guys, and I found it in the community. And I grew up in a small town. I think we had one traffic light, but there's a strong community sense. And there's a lot more traffic lights here, but this community has a great heart. And that really drove me to stay. So I remember during the tough time, 2008, 2009, I've been reporting to Logan for quite some time, and he said to me, "How are you feeling? How are you feeling about everything going on?" Well, honestly, we all have anxiety about it. But I wouldn't be here if I didn't believe in what we do and what we can do. And that involves, to me, the people. So that's one of my favorite parts. A lot of you may know, but you may not know, I'm in an executive program, an executive MBA program at Pepperdine. And one of the my favorite parts about business that I'm learning, why I'm here, is the people part. People make the processes change. They make the new products. I mean, Anthony Ashley isn't cutting and pasting anymore. And they're the people. It's the people that make the change. And we have a lot of ability to do that because you have ownership on site, and you have this wonderful exec staff right here. And you don't have to go through these corporate, I don't know who I dealt with corporate lab. It took 2 weeks to get through them recently. So when I talk about the change, and we also have this community. I mean, this community has changed so much since I've been here. It's grown exponentially, and it's poised to grow population and economically for 3-4 decades now. And so we have been evolving for 150 years because we've been evolving with the community, and we need to continue to evolve. And another thing that I really love about business too is creation and evolution. So you can't be who you were 150 years ago, but I have a lot of ideas, and as I said, I report to Logan. Logan hears a lot of them, and he helps channel me, and vice versa. I think my recent one was a fall collection. I mean, just a long list, but I want to share a couple of them with you guys. One is, I think we have a really unique position in that we are a legacy business. We're established. I've talked to you about brand. We're trusted. We're known. That's a really strong competitive advantage. And we know how to do things. We also have, with the legacy business, you have some challenges. You need to, some old school ways of doing things need to change. And change doesn't happen overnight. But I would like to see a legacy business that knows what it's doing with a strong entrepreneurial arm. And I plan on creating, along with the executive staff, a visionary committee. And that committee is not going to be based, there'll be employees from every department, and it's not going to be based on fixing what's broken. It's actually done through this process called the analysis of appreciative inquiry. And it's about dreams and creating from there and getting them into action. So it'll be about new things. And one other big opportunity that we have, and I know it's so over cliche, data. We have it, guys. We have a lot of data. And when we use data, I mean, we hear all the stuff that these big companies are doing, but there's ways to collect data and predict with data with integrity by partnering with our advertisers and even our readers, our consumers. What do you want in real time? And we can get the feedback quickly. And we can also use the data internally, because now with data and reporting everything, you can measure, you can monitor, and that you can better manage everything by that and make better decisions and move faster. So we have a lot of opportunities. That's just 3 things of my fall collection right now. There'll be a spring collection too. So, one thing I wanted, I will, for all those new concepts, we need a lot. We need strong business planning and strategic planning, and I'm going to be working with the executive staff on doing that. And I will still have some operational roles, so I'll be doing the strategic market and the corporate strategy and reading about the industry and the tech industry and sharing all that. But I also will be a part of and learning about the supportive leadership that Ginger has done so well. And like she said, she's still here. She's right here. And I still report to Logan. And I do represent the legacy. And yet I've also been here 12 years. So I was here when the old business model worked. And my previous positions was working with media companies, a lot of times newspapers, and the old business model worked. And I was here during the change, the economic change, the industry changes, and I absolutely love a challenge, and I love the challenge of the future. And I want to leave you guys with one thought that I think about every day. When I started my program at Pepperdine, they set me up with a strategy professor. I had done this template of what I wanted to get out of the school. And everything we do at that school comes back here. It's everything I study applies to here. And they set me up with a strategy. Who's experienced guy. And he said, oh, I love companies like yours. You've been around 150 years, almost 120 under one ownership. He said, I see Fortune 500, 100, 50 come through. In 10 years, 2 decades, they're gone. You're doing something right. And he said, think about it. What are you doing right? So I look forward to having the pleasure and honor of hearing from you guys about that as we move forward, because I think about that every day. Thank you.